Hey, it's Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories. I'm here today with King Smarty, also known as Sananda Galactic. Hey, King
Sananda
Smarty.
Galactic. What's up?
Yeah,
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's been a minute, right?
Yeah. There's been so many questions. I know so much has been going on. Wow, they're not letting me see the video. Usually I try to like kind of glance at the comments so I can like address them, but I guess that's not going to happen. All right.
Yep.
So, I guess I'd like to ask about the snow in Florida. We've had a cold snap in the US, okay? And it's been excessively cold. I mean, it's winter, so, everyone's used to the temperature in their area. But Destin got between 2 and 8 inches of snow in the surrounding areas. And you kind of implied that there was a reason for it. There was a bigger reason for it.
Yeah, well, there was multiple reasons for it. One was to wake everybody up to the fact that weather manipulation is very real. You know, that it went all the way down to Jamaica. So, and there's reports of people out in the middle of the ocean and getting snowed on. So it was all over this area. But yeah, it's weather manipulation at its finest.
Yeah.
Them using all types of energy weapons, directed energy devices, because not all of them are weapons. Well, if you're using weather modification on people, you can consider that a weapon, especially when it's doing some of the harmful shit that it's doing for people. There's a video that I just posted this AM about um, UN controversial, whatever, grade, whatever. That video I'm about to post it on my TV channel so that it's not censored. Um, Everybody should know by now that when I post things, it gets tapped. They literally go after it. They even went after some of the things that while we was discussing it, they started attacking it. Meaning we were talking about this documentary, and as we were talking about saving the video and putting it on the blockchain TV, they already started attacking it. So we already got the video downloaded, and now we're getting ready to post it with a thumbnail that I created, which is weather modification exposed. So that's literally what they've been doing. And if you haven't noticed, Daddy is working in ways that nobody expected. He's got Trump literally saying things like something hit it when they did the lasering in California. And then you have other cabal members posting stupid shit like they're backing Israel, which is not true at all. Israel is totally finished, gone. The only one that's keeping them alive are these certain media groups that have Israeli ties because they own the shit or they owned it, right? They were a part of the system, which is why you got dual citizenship all across the board here in the US. So, because of them having infiltrated all the way up to the DOD, Pentagon, and all that, is why you're seeing shit like this all around the world with the weather modification, the fact that, where people are living the paycheck to paycheck. This is all done by design by them. And this is why Daddy is dropping the hammer on them in ways they never expected it, which is another reason why they literally gathered up all the forces they could or all around the universe to come here to stop what's happening, which was also embarrassing for a lot of them, only because you have all these gigantic forces getting ready to come to Earth, and some of them already here attacking. And then these tiny vacuums come along and suck up a whole army, a whole, whatever it is. It's embarrassing. And then to see other beings witness what just happened to this force that was supposed to be the most powerful, evilest force there was.
Mhm.
And then a little tiny vacuum comes along and sucks them right up. So yeah, that's embarrassing.
Oh.
However, the good news is that they had planned to do an all-out assault between yesterday evening till 12 a.m. And again, everything they try just gets shut down.
You put a
So
couple posts out the past couple of days, like they gave it their all, like they're throwing everything they got at us, and it's not working.
that's what's so embarrassing about the tiny vacuums, right?
Yeah.
You got these little tiny vacuums just sucking up an entire army, an entire Draco army at that, and the other different entities. You got these warrior type beings that only know destruction, and they're big and they're scary and they fuck shit up everywhere they go. And then you got this teeny vacuum saying, "Not today." That's embarrassing if you ask me.
It should have your picture on it, like with a smile.
it's
Coming for you.
bad. It's bad enough they hear us laughing all the way to the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
sides of the ethers and beyond.
Yeah.
But however, that's what's been happening: the weather modification, the lasering, the attacks. You guys are hearing booms in certain areas of the world, and that's because we are in a battle that's coming to the forefront. Like I told you, there's no way they can stop what's happening. Every attempt that they do against the people, against us, it only goes so far to wake the people up consciousness levels, right? Like I keep telling y'all. So the more and more they try to do stupid shit like this, the more and more we can reveal who we are, which is what's happening. Um, the next thing that's going to happen very shortly is you're going to have my ships uncloak all around the world, and everything is going to stay still because people are not going to understand what it is. They're going to say things like the UN. They're going to say things like a mothership from Iran, China this and China that, and Russia's a war machine. Russia only wants to do this and that. You're going to hear all this stupid shit, and then you're going to hear me laughing too. Not only that, you're going to see one of the biggest ships land, and all of us come walking out of it like superheroes, just like the video that the documentary that we did.
Yeah.
Because it's time. These fuckers are so finished in more ways than one. And if you notice, there are more and more people coming out with the honorable disclosure that Dad wants done. However, when they do, then you got the other individuals that are still within the social media corporations, right? Corpse is what they're going to be. You got all these individuals constantly censoring and attacking all of the stuff that should be out there all around the world.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why we have now King Smarty.tv, and we also have Move.tv. We also have MoveUniversity.com, because everything that we're doing is going to be changing the future. And I'm getting ready to buy up everything Dad wants me to buy up. And those that don't want to sell, well, you know, they'll 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 be offered something they can't refuse. So we're gonna do mafia style on them. I mean, after all, I am the Galactic gangster. Hello, I started
Right.
this shit before y'all even knew what it was.
Right. Right.
And that's another difficult thing people are having to accept, that I've been doing this shit for thousands of years, and we're now here inside the earth in this body doing it, when I already have kingdoms and family out there already. So nothing that I'm getting ready to do here is new. It's not new at all, right? Which is why you're seeing some of the older civilizations now bleed into this reality, because what's happening, what's happened, the veil has been torn down, The glass dome has been torn down. Now you have an energetic dome, and then within that energetic dome, we are raising the consciousness, the energy, frequency, vibration, so that things that were thought to be fairy tales are now actually real. It's happening. There's no way around it. And those individuals that refuse to accept it, oh well, what are you going to do 200, 300 years from now? You still not going to accept it when it's right in your fucking face? Excuse my French. But you know what I mean. So that's where we're at with it. Things are going to change. Things are changing. Things is changing. All the above.
Right.
All the above. Um, Everybody's signed off on the redemption, so the money's already flowing. This I know for a fact because I know the money's flowing. People that I know have been paid and they're trickling it down. So people are being blessed as we speak. I'm already blessed too. So that being said, just hang in there, not too much longer for all of the financial blessings and the financial assistance you all deserve are coming down, are coming. They're actually here. So just hang tight. Everything is being revealed. No stone will be left unturned, and it's going down. It's going down. There's no way around it.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
so happy. So happy.
Me too. I'm tired of having to come on here and repeat myself.
All right, so let's back up a little bit. So the snow in Florida slash Jamaica all over where it shouldn't have been. And you said that was partially to wake people up to weather modification. Did it wake people up? Because like the people that don't know about it, how would they find out other than stumbling across a video or something?
Yeah. I talked to my neighbor. I talked to my neighbor and told him about something ain't right, and they agreed with me. They don't know everything that I know, but
Okay.
they agreed with me, and I just said certain things like, it's funny how LA gets lasered, all those people's houses burned down, but no trees, and then we get snow from here to down, from here all the way down to Jamaica. Something ain't right. And they're like, yeah, something's definitely not right. So it is waking people up.
Right. Okay. So people know that it's not right. They just don't know what it is.
Right.
Okay.
And
Just wanted to
that's where
clarify.
right. And that's where we come in and educate everybody on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And I saw the day of the storm in Destin, there was a pink sky somewhere else in Florida. I don't remember what city, but
pink,
southern
yeah,
pink.
pink, purple, blue, we
Yeah.
saw it all.
Yeah. So I know that happened a couple months ago here in Florida. And my question is, was that a ship uncloaking or?
Yeah, that was a ship just hovering above the entire area with the lights on.
Wow.
You all right, so everybody has to understand that we're in a district, and let's say the district is just so big. We're in this district that's so big, and then you have a gigantic spacecraft that's 10 times bigger than the entire planet, just right up top. It can do whatever it wants to do. So, and then we have other other motherships that literally are as big as the district. And then we got smaller motherships that are bigger than the US in total. So when you're talking about motherships, people don't even understand the sizes of the crafts that we have. Some of the crafts are bigger than planets, and they look just like a planet in the inside. They have food, they have medical, they have everything that they need on these man-made, or should I say, beings made these crafts. Think about it. Why do they call the Earth ship the Earth ship? Because it's a fucking ship floating in space, or it's a piece of land floating in space, right? Somebody created it. Actually, we all know who created it. But what I'm saying is, for those people that are scared of heights, you're on a fucking planet floating in space. But anyway, there are gigantic ships that can hover over a certain area and put one tiny little light on the ship and to cover the whole thing, cover the whole area.
Got it.
That's what that is. I
So
told y'all before, and we saw evidence of that.
we did. Now let's say I go outside and there's a cloak ship above me, which I see them all the time, out there. And I look up and I can't see it, but it looks like sky or stars. Like, are they transparent? Do they reflect, or do they camouflage so it looks natural?
Yeah, that's exactly what we can do. We even had to upgrade some of the ships last night because some of the dark forces that were approaching were using some type of mechanism to blind the ships and blind the people on the ships. So we had to address that, enhance the ships and the crews to be able to see everything and anything.
Right.
But yeah, we were in battle yesterday. We were in battle mode for sure. We were in battle mode for sure because we've already taken out everything that you could possibly think of in this galaxy here that was some of the worstest things that you can possibly imagine. But then you got other places that have these different civilizations, and you're messing with their food chain, literally. So, of course, somebody who, let's say, somebody who's got a cotton field, and you're messing with their cotton field, they're going to come and figure out what's going on, why their cotton field is not producing, who's doing what, so that they can fix it and can produce their cotton. Okay, well, when you cut off the food supply, the children's blood and all that shit, different beings are coming in from all around the fucking galaxy and universe trying to figure out why their food supply is, or their supplies period
Right.
is decreasing. So that's literally what's happening. That's literally what happens. And when they came, they found out they should have never came.
When they came, were they aggressive or were they just curious?
No, they were aggressive. They were trying to do everything they thought they can do to, regain power.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell that to your creator.
So basically, they came in hot. You vacuumed them up. Some of them looked and said, "I'm done here," and turned around. The smart ones.
Yeah, Daddy did it himself because he says, "Oh, you didn't take the warning seriously." He the one that sent the vacuums. We just watched it.
Oh, you didn't send them.
Daddy did.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
That's what made it even more embarrassing because Daddy warned them himself. Don't look. You can't. All right. You have to understand that there's only people here on Earth that can't listen to Daddy on a regular. And then the dark ones refuse to listen to Daddy. That doesn't mean they can't hear him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So he himself warned them not to do stupid shit. He himself warned them that what we're doing down here is serious. He warned them that their fate would be what it was. They didn't listen. It's like me wanting to do something and Daddy says, "No, don't do it." And then I go ahead and do it. Then stupid shit happens.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm going to do what he wants me to do. So, that's what happened. They came in hot and heavy, thinking they were going to restore their order, if you would, and found out that it's not happening. And one of the reasons why is because of the wealth transfer, because of what Daddy's having Trump do, because of the documents, the JFK stuff. They don't want none of that shit out. They don't want you to have money. They don't want none of this. They don't want their food supply to stop, their adrenochrome to stop. They don't want none of that. They want to keep things the way it was for centuries.
Right.
And these beings, we've been fighting them for literal centuries. And now it's they're at a point where They're having to come to terms with what Smarty has been saying this whole time. If I wasn't so serious of what we were doing and what's happening, why the fuck are they censoring me like no other? Like no other. If you know, this is for the audience. If you know anybody else's Telegram that got deleted, comment below because I like to talk to them too.
Yeah. Yeah. And Telegram was supposed to be like uncensorable.
Right. And then they use a copyright strike on Telegram against me for posting a video that everybody's posting everywhere. What the fuck?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's why I don't have no hard feelings on the things he has me do because imagine if everybody knew what we can do right now. Imagine all the healings and miracles and wonders we can be helping people with right now. I get on specific talk shows, I get a bunch of followings. Some people fade away, and then the talk shows and all the videos are deleted. Why? Oh, because the Jedi's are growing and they're doing exactly what Smarty told them to do, and they're performing, and everything he taught them, they're actually doing. Oh, and I didn't charge them either. I didn't charge them.
And I've noticed on Telegram, we've talked about this before, like the amount of people actually participating is like, it's minimal, shockingly quiet. And I don't know if they're being censored or hidden or what's happening there.
Well, we did a couple of months back. We did get people saying that they couldn't see the Telegram no more,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I mean, at the end of the day, it really don't matter, because Daddy's gonna do what Daddy do anyway.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like your posts are very helpful because you've done a lot of research that saves us so much time, but you show us like what's going on in the world, like that we need to pay attention to in one
Not
little package.
not only that, I've also taught y'all how to change it.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is address it by looking at it, seeing what it was, and then commanding whatever it is to be commanded. And then you'll say things like reinforce cleaning it up and reinforcing it what Daddy wants. The only issue with that, which isn't an issue, is when you reinforce certain things and it still happens in a certain way that you don't approve of. Wasn't for you to approve of. It was done Daddy's way.
Right.
So when you ask things like, "All right, reinforce what Daddy wants," boom, whatever happens is what he wanted because it happened. That's the only thing you have to get over. If something that you worked on that doesn't change, wasn't supposed to.
Yeah. I think a lot of us have control issues, meaning we think it's supposed to happen A, B, C, D, E, F, the way we think it's supposed to happen. Well, again, we're limited in our thinking ability. Like we don't have the broad picture of what's happening or the complexity of it. So whatever does happen was supposed to happen.
That is correct. That is correct. And I realized that a long time ago.
Yeah.
We Daddy just tells me what to do and I do it. And sometimes I expect it to go this way because that's what I saw. And then next thing you know, okay, somebody didn't do something, so what I saw is no longer irrelevant. I mean, no longer relevant, and then it changes to something else,
Yeah.
which I also saw, but I wasn't sure which way it was going. So I'm literally like this, watching, bobbing and weaving, hitting, pow, 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 pow. Okay, okay.
Yep. Yep.
Oh shit! Watch out for that! Watch out for that! Hit that! Pow! That's literally what we
Wow.
do.
Yeah. It sounds to me like the past couple of days were monumental.
They were.
I mean, you and the crew have been working nonstop for years clearing out the earth and all that and lifting off the darkness. And then these guys come in and Daddy's like, stop right there. You're out. You didn't listen.
He didn't put us here to just leave us be, leave us on our own.
Yeah.
And this is what I'll try to warn everybody. This is not over. It's not ever going to be over because we are here to change things so that we can live forever. So the war will end. The cabal has ended. The darkness has ended. The world itself will not end. We will move into a new, beautiful reality, the golden age that we all talked about. And we will be here for a very long time, helping, healing, training, and then our offsprings will go out in the rest of the galaxy and help heal and do what they need to be doing out there too.
Right.
So it's not something that's going to stop as far as that. I'm not going nowhere for a very long time. I've already accepted that. Do you think I care about somebody talking about the earth is going to get blown up or this is going to sink or shit? New York is going underwater. Cali's going underwater. Florida's going underwater. Okay, well, I'll just bring it back up. They say we in a simulation. Okay, well, we'll just simulate that motherfucker right back up. So we are partially in a simulation. However, there is natural stuff here as well. And that's what's being revealed also, the part that is a program and the part that is natural. So all of that stuff is being revealed. Including the fact that certain beings, certain people are and have been nothing but AI computers that actually have growing skin and can sweat. These devices, because that's what they are, these devices have been around for thousands of years. It's not new, right? So now you'll see people like Elon and think he's an advanced blah 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 when he's nothing but a fucking robot that was created thousands of years ago and they've just been using them over and over again. Same thing with the different celebrities. Why do you think you can see old ass photos of them? Because that's what they are. They're different. There are multiple things. You got clones, you got vampires, you got AIs. All of it is real. And then you got a specific group of individuals together doing it all. So one minute it could be a clone, the next minute it can be a vampire, and since they're all working together, they're making sure what they want happens because they planned it all.
Right.
What they didn't realize is that Dad allowed them to plan it all so that we can have fun the way we are now with these tiny ass vacuums. That's got to be embarrassing. I know it's embarrassing. That's embarrassing shit.
Wow, that's a great story. And you can't make that up if you tried.
No, you can't.
You not make that up. Oh, let's see the bottle.
Blue.
The cologne that's on smartiescorner.com. That's a major hint.
This is some fire right here. This is fire. Everybody that smelled it loved it, except one lady. And I was like, something wrong with you. which I knew something was wrong with her immediately when she didn't even want to smell B's arm. I was like, okay. Anyway, moving forward.
Okay, so lots of topics you touched on, so let's just go through them. Let's go through the LA fires next. So the news reporting is kind of dwindling, as it does with every crisis. We're all focused on it for however's convenient for whoever, and then we go on to something else. So most of the homes that burned seemed to be like celebrity homes. There were a couple that didn't burn. supposedly. So like Diddy's house was one that didn't burn. And I don't know if that's true or not. And then we saw a video the other day about Jennifer Aniston being with Obama, and her home did not burn. And I just thought that was interesting as well.
Well, like Daddy said, there were some of the things that they wanted to do, they didn't get to do. There was some things said about them burning evidence. Well, if they tried to burn evidence, let's say Diddy's house, that didn't work.
Okay.
Um, other things happened because Daddy wanted people to see that something wasn't normal. And then, like I said, you got Trump saying it was hit, but I'm not going to say no more. But it was hit with something. No, motherfucker, tell everybody what you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my concern, so my next question was the evidence. So the evidence is still there. It's going to be exposed, or it is exposed, right? We
Absolutely.
we just don't know about it officially, is what I guess I'm getting at.
Right, right. So that's what's happening, and people are beating around the bush. Um, which is another reason why we will continue to put the heat on them until they do an honorable disclosure.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
You got Trump signing off on all these different things, and then you have a timeline, and it's true. You give people a timeline. What's the timeline for? So they can fuck with the information, so they can put some bullshit in it. No, drop that shit like it's hot right now. Get it out there. Most of us already know anyway. Those of us that are awake, right? They make fun of us by saying woke. Most of us that are awake, we know what the fuck happened already. We know Israel is dark as fuck, satanic. We know that they work for the reptilians, or should I say, they're enslaved by the reptilians. We know all this shit. Tell the people what y'all know. That's it. Get it over with. The faster we can do that, the faster we'll have the golden age that we all want. Get rid of the slave debt system. Get rid of the fucking IRS bullshit, just wanting to steal people's money, because that's what they're doing. You're getting people to pay IRS or pay taxes, and you're not telling them that it's voluntary. They have to find out by themselves. And then when people tell them that it's voluntary, they don't believe it because you motherfuckers didn't come on TV and tell them it was. And when you do come out on TV and tell them it is, what happens? It gets censored. Then we got to fucking dig it up. This
And
ain't
then
the same.
people don't believe it. So that leads into my next question. Restitution from the banks and the credit card companies. So there's a lady, you shared her like 3 videos a few days ago, and basically she says, they've been taking our money, they're breaking the law, charging interest, blah, blah, blah. We've already heard this before, all right? And we know we're supposed to be receiving that back. But the way this woman made it sound is we had to gather our bills together and all of our statements. And I'm like, I don't have all that crap. And I'm assuming that was not true.
And that's the thing. That's how they get you. They want you to gather up all of your shit so that you can voluntarily tell them what they're going to tax you on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So basically we don't have to lift a finger is my point.
That's what the end result is going to be. They're going to come out and tell you, okay, this is what has been happening. This is the fraud that they've done. This is how they've done it. And this is what we're going to do about it. This is what we actually did about it. So break out the guaranteed income, break out the basic income for everybody, break out all of the debt forgiveness across the board. Don't tell me that Nasara can't be done. Don't tell me that you can't do none of these things because of the economy, this, the economy, that. We're not trying to hear that shit. We already know you motherfuckers can print money out of thin air and create it out of thin air like you've been doing. So how about you create that shit and give it to the people so that they can live a better life? Oh wait, that's exactly what I did. Okay, cool.
uh, Yeah. So we see this little clip of Trump saying no income tax and all these things that we have been waiting for years. Okay. So now
This
it's
is
dripping out.
Yeah, and this is why they did all out assaults and all that because they want us all dead. They want us all dead, especially me. And that shit ain't happening. If you haven't noticed by now, I run around like Pac-Man on you motherfuckers. Gobble, 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 gobble. So I I strongly suggest that they just come out with it, be straight up with the people, tell the truth. It's been 4 years of spoon feeding us this bullshit, and then the years before that with the whole Q shit. Um, we all know we've been played, right? The people know that there's something wrong. So how about you start telling everybody the truth? You've already started a good start. You already had a good start with it all. It's it, the Trump started so good with everything. Now they're starting to fake shit, fake news, fake this, fake that, giving Israel bombs to further on. That's not true. It wasn't true. Why would he make deals to end the shit and then give them bombs? Where did that report come from? Who reported that? Let's eliminate that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So that's what we did. We eliminated the motherfucker. They don't know what they're dealing with, man. I'll kill all of y'all and I won't have no problem sleeping. Daddy don't like me to use that word, of course, but my job is to eliminate you fuckers. All you dark individuals that are suppressing the people, eating our children, all that. When daddy tells me to take you, it's over. That's all we waiting for. I will say this because this is one of the questions that I just had not too long ago. Somebody asked me, well, why don't they hurry up? What's taking so long? What's this and what's that? Why don't we just kill them all already? I agree with them, by the way. I'm ready to do just that. However, I told them this. Do you have kids? Yeah, I got kids. Okay. What if you had your kids and three of your kids were doing evil shit and your last born was born just to take these out? Are you going to let them take them out right away, or are you going to give them a chance? He's like, oh, okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You see, once you see the bigger picture,
Right.
you don't want that because I'm literally taking out my brothers and sisters that didn't turn to dad, which is also why I say I didn't make them, dad did, so I don't give a fuck. Excuse my French. I mean, and I can say it that way because of all the stuff that I can see what they're doing, what they have been doing. That's why I got the mentality where I want you to change. You can be a part of the change, but if you don't change, I'm going to get you. And the only ones that's going to feel some type of way about me having to come get you is dad, because I didn't make you.
Well, you've given them years and years and years and years of warnings, and you've been picking them off as allowed. You got to think sooner or later they're going to look around, right? And see what's happening and say, oh, he was serious, right? Yeah,
I was in their cases, I was dead serious.
yeah. Dead serious is the word. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So Trump has he started out strong. Now he's kind of like backpedaling a little bit. He's not saying everything directly like he should be. Um,
Well,
you're
you have to understand they're still threatening them. They still want him dead. There's still things that he's not too sure about. Um, the only thing I would say is daddy's protecting you. He's protecting you from me too. So just continue to do the good work that he knows you're capable of doing because he put you in that position. So listen to us and do it. Get it all
Right.
done. Get it all out.
Right.
And let's put everything behind us and move forward. Otherwise, we're going to put y'all behind us and move forward. Somebody asked about how is the world going to look in the very near future. Well, we won't have politicians no more because we're literally establishing a kingdom, if you haven't noticed. And my kingdom will be merged with my other kingdoms. That's what's happening. So it don't matter who thinks they're in control right now, because it's only a matter of time before Daddy lets me do what I want to do, what I really want to do. Shut everything down, put everybody in their place, eliminate everybody that goes against healing the planet and covering and taking care of the people. I will not hesitate. That's where we're at with it.
Okay. Okay. So back to the financial issues. Restitution will be like, we'll call it automatic. It'll be, you won't have to do anything. It'll just boom, magically appear in your bank account, right?
That could be one way to do it.
Yeah.
Um, or you, yeah, that could be one way to do it. Or you'll just have to get just sign up to something, and
Okay.
then once you sign up to something like a Wire or like a Cash App, and then you know, whatever the case is. However, yeah,
Okay.
we shouldn't have to go through fucking loop to loops just to get some type of compensation for what we've been dealing with.
Right. Right.
And you shouldn't have to like I was saying, the allodial titles on everybody's property. You
Right.
shouldn't have to dig up some fucking paperwork or do tons and tons of research just to know that all you have to do is get an allodial title on your property and you don't ever have to pay taxes. That type of shit should be mandatory. No, that type of shit will be mandatory. Should have, will be, and is. It should be mandatory. Just like the fact that you have been volunteering to pay taxes. They should have told you, not in the fine fucking writing where nobody reads, but they should have told you this is mandatory. If you want to file taxes, it's totally mandatory. They didn't. Who was benefiting from that? The Rothschilds, the bankers. IRS is not even in the US. The Federal Reserve is not even federal. Like, what the fuck? How have they been getting away with this shit? Somebody got some explaining to do.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
we already know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's the point. You shouldn't need a license to drive because we already know Dad gave us right to freely travel. You shouldn't have to be lied to about having to pay some taxes or being voluntary, right? You shouldn't have to worry about someone coming in taking your property if you can't pay for it after you work your life just to own that fucking
Right.
property.
Right.
Right? This is all ass backwards down here, and it was designed to feed their system.
Right.
So
Right.
all of that has to be shot down and changed, literally. And don't tell me it's not possible. Don't tell me, King Smarty, who can manifest shit that isn't possible. Okay? Because we know it's possible. In fact, we can enforce it so that it's more possible. Because we got Daddy backing us. So, pow, done.
Done. Done. Done.
So,
Right.
there's lots of things that shouldn't even have to be explained. We shouldn't have to dig up shit. We shouldn't have to file paperwork. We shouldn't have to, you know, have to spend money on fucking passports when the earth is daddy's. Like, who did this? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
somebody's in trouble. Somebody's in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. So Allodial tile, means you actually own the land. Like right now, there's like kind of loopholes when you buy a property. You think you own the land, you work your whole life to pay your house off. You think you own it, you really don't, right? So allodial title is when you actually truly own the property. So we had a Jedi research how to do that. That was weeks worth of heavy and intense, ugly, ugly research. So my question is, will that be automatic? So if I already own a house and I've paid it off, or it will be paid off, debt forgiveness, will I own the house, or is there a process there, or do I just sit tight?
That's why the paperwork and all that stuff was important, because now you have the evidence to back up your claims. So you can actually take that allodial title stuff that was put together and put it in the records in the court system or the city hall, whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
and request you want a allodial title. They can't deny you. They can't deny you. There's also ways to go around it where all you have to do is bury a loved one on the property. Yeah, it's true. If you bury a loved one or you take someone's ashes and bury it, that makes your property taxable, tax free, because now you have a, a family member buried on your property.
I believe that's illegal to bury someone on your property now.
That is not illegal. They want you
Uh,
to think it, just like they want you to think that you're fucking you have to pay taxes.
mm.
It's not illegal at all. Actually, why you think Elvis property still belongs to Elvis and his family?
Interesting.
Okay, because they know. They all know.
Okay.
They don't want y'all to know. Who's paying taxes on all these royal palaces and shit? Nobody. Come on,
It's just,
man.
just like Disney is basically not paying taxes here in Florida and probably California as well.
That's because the queen of the monarchy or whoever the fuck has
Yeah.
title to that property, to that land.
Yeah.
Right? So they can do all this shit, but we can't.
Yeah.
Tell me I need paperwork again. Tell me one more time I need paperwork.
Well, so you'll let us know what to do?
It's going to be mandatory. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, don't worry about it. I like
Don't
that
worry
better.
about it. Don't worry about it. Once you guys get your funding, go out and buy whatever the fuck you want to buy, and daddy's going to do what daddy do. And if you don't get a lawyer title right away, it's coming, because that's mandatory. Just like the basic income's mandatory, move will be mandatory if you want to learn. It'll be a man. It's not like you're not being forced to, but if you want to learn and get money, you have to join Move.
All right. All right.
Somebody made a joke. Somebody made a joke the other day. So I can sign my kids up and they can pay the rent. Yeah, exactly. Oh shit.
I like how your watch band matches the hat and the hoodie, right? The
Oh
move
yeah.
and the wristband. It all matches.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
blue, 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 blue,
Yep.
blue, blue.
Awesome. Awesome. Now we see a few days ago Elon had throat surgery, right? And then you put out a post something like that he was reprogrammed because he's AI, he's a clone or an android, I guess you call it. So he was
Okay.
reprogrammed.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because he seems to go flip-flop like every day. He's on either side of the fence every single day. It's crazy.
Yeah, because for the last 3 weeks or so, or probably longer, we've been hardwiring him, and then they've been hardwiring him, and you have to understand that he's a controllable Wi-Fi AI type of thing, an Android. So the way we hardwire people is we just take over the entire body and then to do what Daddy wants you to do.
Right.
We don't need to sit you down, open up the back of your fucking skull, put a different chip in you.
Right.
We'll just take over you and do what the fuck we want you to do.
So
But
you,
yeah, that's why he's having meltdowns. That's why everything is happening because we're doing this. I told y'all we took over everything. Now you're witnessing it. I was just telling somebody this AM that we are literally taking over people, places, and things, moving their consciousness out of their body, putting them into the stadium, the angelic that we put in their place, doing everything that Daddy wants them to do, and then when they're done, the angelic leaves. We bring the consciousness back to the body, and then they're like this. What the fuck happened? What? Who did this? I don't remember doing this when it's already done and over. So some of the individuals that we're literally taking their consciousness, putting them in the ethers or in the stadium, and they're watching it play out. Some of the dark ones that Daddy wants to stay just to watch it all, that's what's happening to them.
genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So he is, well, we'll call it reprogram, and they're kind of fighting over it. They're trying to control him again. All right. So that's why we saw that Nazi salute at the inauguration, right? Yeah. So I guess my concern, I don't know if the word should be, would be that, you know, he he's basically taken companies, he's taken other people's technology, blah 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 blah, to build himself up, to gain wealth, power, and everybody admires him so much. I want him to be exposed.
Well, he is being exposed, and most importantly, his handlers are the ones that are being exposed. Because if you're AI, somebody obviously made you.
Yeah,
Somebody obviously is still controlling you. We know who they are. We just playing with them at this point.
yeah. Okay,
One
good.
minute he'll do this, the next minute he'll do that. One minute he's pro Israel, the next minute he's pro Palestine. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, that's what I should have him right next is free Palestine.
Yeah, we've seen his Halloween costume, satanic. We've seen the back of his jacket the other day, New World Order, sneaky, sneaky stuff.
Free Palestine.
Yeah.
Elon Musk just posted free Palestine. He
Yeah.
must have been hacked. You got that right.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be good. All
That's
right,
what
I'm
we're gonna
going to
do.
ask about this picture next, okay? You had put this out the other day. Um, Twins, JFK Senior. Can you
Right?
tell us about that picture?
The picture is a picture of him and the clone.
Okay. And there was only one clone of him, or were there multiple?
No, there was multiple clones, but more like wax figures.
Okay. Okay. And the clone is the one that took the bullet.
Yeah.
Okay. Super interesting to me. I mean, and the real John Kennedy Sr. was basically protected, and he basically went up on a ship, is what you told me before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still there.
He's still there in the same body.
Yep.
Oh.
That's why it's like, you know, it's pointless to talk about these things until people are ready for it. But yeah,
Well, no, it would keep me up at night if I didn't know this.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about, in past. Like I've told everybody all this shit.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
pointless for me to continue to talk about it when Daddy just said, show them. So that's what we're doing. We're showing them.
Okay.
And you have to understand that time doesn't exist, so you don't age when you're off planet.
Oh.
Which is why the the secret space program even have that 20 and back program. You 20 years of service, and then you come back, and you look exactly the same. That's normal out in space. You don't age. You don't. I mean, especially when you upgrade it with all the consciousness and all the knowing that everybody's being updated with, all of the aging, all of the lies, all of it stops because everybody's going to find out the truth about everything. If you know you never have to age, if you just simply stop thinking about it, you won't age again. It's literally that simple, which is why I'm going to make it a realization here shortly.
Even better. Even better.
Even better.
So these people that are up on the ship that have either faked their deaths or been saved. Okay, we've talked about a few through the years. They don't age, so they're aware of what's going on down here on Earth. Wow.
Yeah, they're aware, and they're aware that they're now fully aware of they don't have ties to anybody down here, even though they had children and whatnot. Blah blah blah. Everybody's on their own spiritual path, their own energy souls, their own blah blah blah, except for those of us that are straight here on missions. So that being said, all of me and my crew, all of you guys, and all of our children are coming here straight on missions. Straight on missions. The rest of the population, the people that are sleeping right now, they don't have the same missions we have. And one of our missions is to look after them because they don't have our missions, which is why they were kings and queens in the first place. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
So the people here, it started the way it should have been, where people came here from multiple places all around the galaxy, started their kingdoms, daddy let them have them, and then it started getting dark because infiltration.
Right.
Which is literally what happened here in the US with the Indians, and now the US, and now the Israelis, and now what the aliens, right? Do I look fucking alien to you?
Wow. Okay, so I'm just trying to process, like looking down and watching, like, say what happened to John Jr. Like how, like, yeah, there was a spiritual path and he was on a mission, but I still think that would have been hard to watch.
Well, you know, my crucifixion on a tree was hard to watch too.
Okay.
So I don't, we all been through massive shit throughout our different spans of consciousness and not consciousness, but reincarnation.
Yeah.
And we were all here just for this. I was telling somebody else that just today that the children that came in and got killed and violated and all that, they came here just to be a part of that so that it can be exposed. And then they going and then they returning as soldiers. That's literally what's happening. That's why we're all here right now. And we're a part of a benevolent force that literally from Daddy, literally, the company of heaven was also a made up thing, but Daddy made it real now. Right? Because heaven is nothing but a frequency, it's a state of consciousness. It's not a fucking place. I've been telling y'all this. So, because that being said, he allowed me to form the company of heaven company legitimately, as far as the earth, as far as the people here. Now it's a legitimate company. When we are now the company of heaven, we're an angelic super force, if you would, who is part angelic, part galactic, dimensional, which is also angelic. Crew members from different parts of the galaxy. We all don't look human. Some of us are many different races, many different forms, and we're all here right now cleaning shit up. That being said, don't be surprised if you see some fucking 9-foot, dragon sitting next to me, or some 8-foot lion being sitting next to me, and his paws can smack your head off and shit, you know. So don't be surprised if none of it, because it's going to happen. It's happening. It is definitely happening, and a lot of the different groups, they didn't know what to do about Earth because it was so much shit down here that had to be addressed. And this is why Daddy sent me back in with all of the abilities, even the attitude, even all of it, because they know me already out there. You know, I'm very well known out there. I mean, I got kingdoms out there. So that being said, we are changing everything, and there's nothing they can do about it. Period.
Awesome. Okay. Well, it's just so interesting to watch it unfold. And I've probably the past 20 years, I've always had this belief that we've done this and it's all for this point in history. Like we've come back, whatever, millions or thousands of years ago and gone through blah, 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 learning and pain, suffering, and but we're setting the stage for this point in history. And
That's
now
true.
we're here now and we're seeing it happen. Like it's not happening fast enough, but look how complex it is. Look how complex the problems are. They're unraveling and it's unfolding and the good is blossoming out. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. And what's been happening is you got you got all of these different people coming in, doing their missions, and then realizing that it's way worse than what they thought.
Yeah.
So you got people volunteering to come down here to clean this stuff up, and then they
Yeah.
get here and it's like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? So
Yeah.
that's what happens with Johnny Boys and others, and they were a part of the plan the whole time. So they really didn't have a choice, and since they can't be killed is why they had to deal with all the shit that they have to deal with.
Right.
And the fact that nobody told them that they couldn't be killed, or nobody educated them on the real things that are happening, they're 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 kind of like how you say confused or stuck on stupid because they don't know what the fuck is real
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
And the fact that the MK Ultra shit is very, very real, is very a thing. They mind fracture you. They'll make you believe something that's not real, which is what happened to Johnny Boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's people that are dead that he don't even know that they're not dead because they did those type of things to him, and they did it to him in the guise of we're protecting you and this is what it is, so
Yeah.
that it's all a controlling factor that
Yeah.
was happening
Yeah.
to him and for him, which is why when I say things like Daddy's going to let you remember everything, Daddy's going to do this, you're going to get everything back, you're going to get the pen, you're going to do all this stuff because Daddy already told me that that's what's going to happen. Daddy's also going to reveal to him that the people that he thought were dead aren't dead. He just met with his sister. Daddy validated that that was his real sister. So there's things that are happening for everyone that they didn't know was true. But we know because we're involved. We're the ones making the moves. We're the ones taking the necessary steps and the actions to make sure all of this shit gets revealed.
Right.
So these individuals like Trump and his advisors, which I don't think you should even be advised by some of these people, um, are in position right now where they're liable to lose everything, their whole existence, their families, all of it. They're liable to lose all of it. In some cases, it's already happened. Like Biden pardoning all his family members that are already dead.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
So
shit show.
yeah, so we know so many of these people are dead, and then some that have claim, we thought were dead are still out there, hovering around, either in hiding, wearing a mask, doing whatever they're doing, or up on the ship. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, go
Hmm.
ahead.
No, I was gonna say and the funny thing is that they think they can do all this stuff without dad, and he's the one that's telling y'all what to do, but y'all don't listen.
Right, right. So one of the questions I had was, is Caroline, John's sister, still alive, secretly alive?
Yes, that's who we met with.
Yeah. And does he know?
Yes, we told him.
Okay. Yes. Yay. Yay. Now, is the imposter fake JFK Jr. still alive?
No,
He did die in the plane crash.
no, he died before that.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not only did they clone and steal or stole his identity, but they've been doing it to everybody, including themselves.
Wow.
If you don't want to do what they tell you to do, they're gonna kill you, they're gonna clone you, they're gonna make it seem like you're still the person.
Interesting.
Very.
Interesting. Okay, one more Kennedy question. Jacqueline, his mom, we've seen pictures. We know there was a double, at least one double. My suspicion is there was more than that because we have seen pictures of that person as a male.
Right.
Is that correct?
Well, they changed them. Yes, they changed them. All right. So what you if you haven't noticed, they've been using body doubles, and a lot of the body doubles are not female or males.
Right.
If you look alike, if you look like a person, they'll say, "Hey, you kind of look like this person. How about we do this and we do that, and we'll dress you up like a female, blah blah blah, to play the part. And here's a couple of million for you and your family."
Yeah.
People will do it,
Okay.
and that's why they call actors.
Yeah. Well, we know that there's, like, you had put out a post about the president's wives that are really male.
Daddy wants all that exposed. He wants
Exposed.
he wants every president that had a male husband to be exposed. Every president, including George Bush and his wife, or it, or
Yeah.
they.
Yeah. Well, in my mind, that's fraud. Okay. And you know what? Do what you want to do in your private time, but when you're in a position of power, that is purposefully misleading people. We know they weren't good people, but
That's why they did it, because they thought they were in positions of power.
yeah. So I am so happy that's being exposed, and it wakes people up even more. And again, in Hollywood, it happens all the time. People are inverted all the time. The people we admire as these beautiful women are really dudes, and vice versa. And of course, then you've got the dudes that dress up in a wig and the horrible makeup. That's a whole different ball game. But many of them look like the star,
Right.
or close to it. It's like, to me, it's fraud. But
It is fraud. I'll be cracking jokes on certain
yeah,
people too.
yeah.
You mean you're shopping at Victoria's Secret and you didn't know Victoria was actually Victor? Wait, wait, what? That's
Yeah,
the secret, dumbass.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's hard. Like, some makeup stores have transgenders working there, or even males with a ton of makeup on. I don't want to buy makeup from a young man. I'm sorry. Like, I want, even though they could probably put makeup on better than me, but I want it the old-fashioned way, right?
Well, the good thing about what's happening in raising of the consciousness, let me look at the Schumann residence.
Yeah.
Because the good thing about raising the consciousness and all that is that when you raise it as high as it's been, and the higher up we go, those individuals are going to realize
Yeah.
that they fucked up, and they're going to want to be a man again
Yeah.
or a woman again, and they're going to have a difficult time, especially if they,
Had
you know,
surgery.
remove certain parts,
Yep.
and
Mhm.
they're going to experience difficult difficulties within their own mind and consciousness because they realize they fucked up big time, and then they're going to want to die and won't be able to die. So for them, it's lucky. They're luckily that they have an awesome king that is wanting them to be what Daddy wanted them to be, and he has a chamber that's getting ready to fix you.
Right. I saw a video, I think it was yesterday, of a young person. I don't know. I think it started out as a biological female, but it was the person was in a wheelchair and had something, but had undergone the surgery and maybe against their knowledge or will. I don't think they could even speak. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the worst possible thing you could do to somebody. Well, one of the worst, you know.
Well, that's what they've been doing to people, especially the children, because that's how they get the adrenochrome. Not only torturing them, but doing shit like that to them, and then using no anesthesia and stuff like that. So they're literally getting adrenochrome that way.
Awful, awful. Okay.
Very, 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 very.
Okay, and I wanted to ask about the MLK, Martin Luther King. You put out documentation, maybe yesterday it came out that he's not a good guy. And again, my first thought is there were multiple MLKs. And just like with Trump, there was a bad Trump and a regular Trump. There were multiple bad Trumps, we'll call it. Is the
Right.
same thing with Martin Luther King Jr.?
Yeah, that was I got it was BS, but I posted it anyway.
Yeah. Because I looked and I'm like, because I know there was a lot of tomfoolery in his life. They did not want him to help, the suppressed population. Let's just put it that way.
Which also makes sense to me why they would even put that ahead of the actual documents being
Yeah.
released.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why I say why give people 40 fucking days, just drop it right now.
Yeah. Do it. Rather than talk about doing it, do it. Right?
Yeah,
Well, that was
yeah.
one of the things we talked about the other day is what if they doctor up all these documents, Are they even the real documents?
And that's the thing. Even if they do doctor up all these documents, the truth is going to come out.
And they're going to get themselves into trouble.
Big trouble because they should not did it in the first place.
Okay.
If y'all haven't noticed, they're trying to cover up lies with more lies, and it's just getting worse and worse for them.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, we're coming out, we're telling y'all the truth, and it's the truth, and it's the truth and more truth, and it's going to continue to be the truth, which is why they can't do nothing against us because it's true. What are you going to do? Sue me for telling everybody the truth? It's not going to work. Why do you think they haven't been able to sue websites like Real Raw News and other different truthers that are actually sharing the truth? Because you got people that are enforcing their truth on you, but then you got people that are saying, "Hey, look at this. Let's question this," without saying this is actual facts. The only one that does that is me. Because if I'm telling you something, it's because Daddy told me to tell you because it's 100% true. In fact, it's 1,000% true, and it's going to be revealed, which is why he told me to tell you in the first place. Okay. Stop them! Stop them! Stop them! Stop
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, they have tried to stop you in every respect.
They're
Every,
doing they're doing everything they can to get under my skin, and it's
yeah,
like you're dealing with your creator. If Daddy wants me to experience something, I'm going to experience it. If he wants me to be a target for a couple runs, I'll be the target for a couple runs. Go ahead and shoot. When you find out I'm bulletproof, I'm shooting back.
Awesome, awesome. I wanted to give a shout out to some of the Jedis, or many of the Jedis.
Yep,
Many people have been helping with projects. They've volunteered, they've done a fabulous job. And I
yep.
haven't talked with all of them, so I won't use all of their names, but I wanted to maybe mention a couple websites if I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first is we've had a web designer, Kimberly, and her website is the source of it's sourceofloveofficial.com. So she's done multiple websites. She did the JFK Jr. website, she did Company of Heaven Events website, she did James Cisco, she did my daughter's beautiful work, modestly priced, and she has been fabulous with the graphics and details. So thank
Yep,
you.
yep.
The other one I wanted to mention was hemp hyphen Notics, Notics. Hempnotics.com is making basically keto, healthy cookies, snacks, chocolates, all sorts of great things. So go check out their website. Everything's handmade, healthy components, no sugar, and tasty. So I've been lucky enough to taste several of their products and
She took my stuff.
not true. So hemp-notics.com. And they're going to be developing a full-on bakery and you'll be able to get their products all the time and they're fresh, they're delicious. So they sent me a peanut butter cookie the other day that I
She's
had
she's
tried
she's
that.
she's lucky her name was on the box.
It was on the box.
She would have never got it because I love that shit.
Yeah. And the next thing I want to mention is the Mystical Moonlight, my daughter, so I am biased, but she is doing a Pithalam meditation on February 8th at 10:30 Eastern time. So if you want to hear what Pithalam says or whatever, any message, that would be a really fun thing for people to do.
Yep.
But
Send me the link and I'll post it too.
I'll do that. I'll do that. But there's also been other Jedis that have helped me research for various projects that we're doing. And
Yep.
I want to say thank you to them because I couldn't have done it, even though I intend to do it all, like in 2 minutes or less. There's no way I could have done it all without their help. So thank you for your help, all of
That's
you.
right. That's right. Thank all of you guys.
Yeah.
This is a part of doing what we got to do for
Yeah.
Dad and Dad's people.
Yeah. And
So,
so people have stepped forward out of the goodness of their heart to help. And
right.
what we're finding is that people are finding their passion through doing this. Like we've had several projects, they'll try one, two, or three, and they're like, I really like doing this. Well, then that's for you. So isn't that perfect?
Yeah, and you witnessed it all too.
I love it. Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild. And Daddy's put. I've always said it. You're going to do what you were made to do. You're going to do what you love to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what me and Sue were referring to, witnessing.
Yeah.
People are coming on board and doing exactly what they were meant to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. It's
The
fabulous.
one, yeah, the one young lady with the rescue fruits and vegetables that we're working on.
Yep.
She was wanting to do something like this all her life. Boom, here it is.
Yeah.
Here we go.
She's perfect, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So all of you guys, no matter how many of us there is, we all have something that we were designed to do, something that we love to do, and it will get done without no hesitations because
Right.
we love to do it and it's the right thing to do,
Yeah.
which is what I tell
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. I think my thing is telling other people what to do. Seems to be what I like to do. But I just wanted to thank everybody publicly for their help with what they're doing. And one other thing is I just got these paint patches. These are from smartiescorner.com, the paint patches. And many people have put great testimonials out there. Well, I just got some and they are fabulous. So I'm doing the cheaters version. I'm keeping them in the little plastic bag So if I have a little pain, I'm not even peeling them off the plastic. I'm sticking it down the back of my pants while I work or whatever, and I actually forget they're there, and I feel better, right?
Yeah,
So I really want to get my money's worth out of these 200 used stickers. But you can get them at smartiescorner.com, and Smarty has had some great sales lately.
they're only doing what they were designed to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
All of the products are designed to do, specific things, and they do it.
yeah.
They do it. I understand the energy behind it. I understand what happens because I see it happening as I'm formulating these things in my mind.
Right, right.
Well, Dad's formulating and showing me what to do. So once I create an object or a device, pendant, or pendulum, or whatever the case is, he shows me everything that it's going to do, wants it to do, and when it's fully activated, will do. And then I just make it and put it out there. That's it. And a lot of the stuff hasn't been fully activated. That's the kicker. A lot of it hasn't fully been activated. When it becomes fully activated, it's going to do what it was supposed to do and more. So it's fun.
That
It's
is
fun. It's fun to
exciting.
watch. It's fun to
Yeah.
watch.
It is fun to watch. Like I said, we've come through history for this point in history. Like all these lifetimes, all this learning and effort and planning and blah, blah, blah. We're here now for this point in time.
That's right.
Pretty exciting.
That's right. And we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere.
Pretty exciting.
We had a couple of hiccups on the free energy products that we've been working on. Um, except some of the stuff that I got, I've already got the prototype ready, working and everything. But I was talking about, I'm referring to right now some of the smaller magnetic motors, free energy devices. We had to stop because other things were more important. But we're getting ready to resume that so that we can put out new free energy devices that you can plug up to your house and not worry about electric bills no more.
Yeah.
So those are those things that that will take place and will happen. And once we get certain things out the way, we're going to mass produce these things, and we're just going to, sell a whole bunch of them, give some away. You know how we do,
Yeah.
raffle, all that.
It's amazing, and just think of how easy life will be, how much more comfortable life will be with free energy, right? Just one less bill to pay, but then you can have like a lot of us keep our house cold or hotter than we really would prefer to save money. Just think how
Right.
cool that would be not to have to worry about it.
That's right. That's right.
Just live, to just live.
Just think of how cool it will be to not have to worry about nothing financially. What that does, it stimulates the mind to actually produce and become productive, because you no longer have to be productive to try to make ends meet.
Right,
And you may or may not be able to and make ends meet because whatever the case was.
right,
And then all of a sudden you're in more debt because you couldn't make ends meet. Now all of your ends are met. Now you have more time well, you have more time to create, get back with daddy, or get with daddy, because he's always with us, right? But just know more about what the real creator is all about. And that's what's going to happen across the board in all walks of life, all religious groups, all of that stuff. That shit is going to fade away because they're going to find out that there's a group of individuals who are multi-versed, multi-racist, and we all love each other, and we all working on the same thing, making sure everybody's healed and making sure everybody's taken care of. So we don't care what race or what group we're in or what religious background we had. All we care about is loving each other, helping each other, working with each other, and making the world a better place.
right.
So all of the other controlling mechanisms will fade away. All of it. Don't matter. I don't give a shit about Christians, Muslims, none of that shit. Because the last time I checked, they were all fighting each other anyway.
Well, I think what's going to happen is as these layers of worry dissipate, people's mind will be more free and open. And once they start to relax, they're going to find their passion again. And that's the problem. We get out of high school or whatever, we get a job and we might get stuck there for the rest of our life in a factory, in a bank, whatever it might be. We might not like the work, but we do it because we have to, right? And
Right.
we feel our life really is kind of wasted. But think of it this way, you're going to be able to find your passion and pursue it with ease. And that's going to be contributing to all of society. It's a
Not,
beautiful
o-
thing.
not only that, the move is what's going to help you achieve many things.
Yeah, yeah,
And as long as you have a tablet or a laptop, you can move anywhere, literally.
yeah, yeah. So your hoodie has Move University on it,
Yep.
and you have the charm on too, the round charm.
Yep. And
Yep.
on the back, it has the same as the hoodie.
Yeah, I like that. Move. Yeah. So that's going to be a game changer for Earth.
It is a game changer.
Is a game changer.
And the cool thing, it doesn't stop on Earth.
Oh, it doesn't.
No, it actually connects to the other things that are already out there.
What?
Yep.
Oh, how exciting is that?
It's very exciting. I
Yeah.
mean, you're talking about learning shit and going to different planets and still having the same system everywhere. It's like, whoa, is this for real? Yeah, it's for real, for real.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's great.
Well, just like I've been telling y'all that my coins, right? My coins is a universal wide currency. Everything that we're doing down here is getting us prepared to connect with the rest of the universe, which is why you move university is what it is and what it will be. So not only will you learn everything here, but when the time is right, you're going to learn everything elsewhere because move is global, move is universal, move is worldwide, universe wide. And these things have been calling me the whole time. Chocolate covered pretzels.
I thought you were going to show us a coin. Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. So you're saying we'll be able to go around the universe, learn stuff, and get points or prizes, however we choose.
Yep,
And that currency is not only healing, but will be of great value throughout the universe.
it already is.
Okay.
If you Google some of the different currencies that have been in existence, you'll see some that look exactly like this. And I posted videos of coins and little tablets that look just like this, and including the hole in the middle. Okay, because this is a universe wide currency, and they belong to me everywhere. That's why they're valuable. That's why they're more valuable than anything. So
So right now you have a flash sale on the blue, D blue coins.
yeah, I think it's probably over already.
Oh, I don't. Okay. So
It might still be up. It might still be up.
when you see these flash sales, grab them up because those coins are valuable. And not only that, they're cool to own, like collector's items, but in the future, that could really help out.
No, it will help out because this you're not gonna leave here and take a U.S. dollar or Iraqi dinar to some other planet.
Yeah.
They won't accept it. This they will.
Okay.
So
Wow. Okay. Is now a good time to stop today, or should we go on? I have a list of questions.
No, we could stop for now.
Yep,
We'll do another one of these up and
whenever
coming days.
next. All right, excellent, excellent. Thank you, thank you, thank you for keeping us in the loop. Like what you've told us is extremely exciting,
Yeah,
and it you could feel it happening.
yeah. That's right. You can feel it, and we know that it's happening. So that being said, all of you guys, let go of all the worries, let go of everything that you thought you knew. Um, ask Daddy to show you everything that you need to know and um, enhance your abilities to listen to him more and know that everything will be okay because of him. Now, once you realize all of these things are real, what I just said, you don't worry no more.
Right.
There's no lack because he provides everything, no matter how you look at it. If you're going to be in a state of lack, that's where you'll stay. That being said, let go, let Daddy realizes that he takes care of us no matter what. He's given us the abilities to manifest. He's given us a mouth to speak things into existence. So let's go ahead and reinforce a beautiful planet, a beautiful world with plenty of abundance across the board and help someone today campaigns going on worldwide, massive healings, crystalline chambers, cool advanced devices to improve the quality of life for everyone everywhere. Times the Daddyplex. Boom!
Done, done, done.
Done, done, done.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's all energy, guys. Everything. The same way they cast spells, we can cast spells too. We just work for Daddy, so they're benevolent spells that turn into manifestations. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Frequencies,
Commands, yeah.
commands. All right, we good. Love you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Smarty.